proceed. Case number on this will be CL-062-15. This is a reference to an incident in Hampton County on Sandy Run Road. Time is approximately 11:48. Today's date is July the 14th. I'm here with Mr. Bickhardt. Also in the room with the Trooper Rowe and Corporal Smith. At this point in time, I'm going to get Mr. Bickhardt. Mr. Bickhardt, if you could state your first and last name for me.
First name is Marc, M-A-R-C. Middle name is Peter, P-E-T-E-R. Last name is Bickhardt, B-I-C-K-H-A-R-D-T. Our date is 4/18/68.
And what's your phone number that you had? And the address here? And how long have you been living here?
Gosh.
Yeah, just a rough estimate. That have to be exact.
2 weeks, maybe, possibly.
Where were you living at prior to that?
94 Savannah Highway.
In Buford?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. And as far as your educational level, what kind of education do you have?
12th grade, but I didn't graduate.
Okay. You understand how to read, write, understand English and stuff?
Yeah, basics.
I mean, can you read?
Yeah, I can read, but can't comprehend sometimes.
Okay. But you can read is what I'm saying.
Yes, I can read, but I have dyslexia.
Okay. You can write?
Yeah.
Okay. So
spelling ain't that good.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not worried about the grammatical errors.
No, I'm just telling you, I can read, I can comprehension, but spelling is not there. I'm going to go back to school.
All right, let me ask you this. How long, or is this your permanent resident as of right now, or is it temporary?
We're hoping permanent, but I'm not sure right now.
Are you living here by yourself, or you live with somebody?
My son should be coming, but I'm not bringing him in this situation. I got a 5-year-old son.
Okay, all right. All right, let me kind of go back. You're familiar about the incident where Stephen Smith died last Wednesday, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. What I want you to do is when was the last time you talked to Steve?
That night.
All right. Now, about what time? Not the text, but about what time last time you talked?
You have to remember with all this, I took my Seroquel sometime. I can't remember if the call came.
I'm just asking for a roundabout time.
I can't remember if it came after the text or before the text, because the last call I heard, I asked him on one of the calls, are you walking? Because he already told me he was out of gas. He was running out of gas. That one of the calls before, and I says, are you walking? Because I hear cars going by, and his answer to me was no. And then the call dropped. And I don't remember if he called me, because we were back and forth. The calls kept dropping.
After the call, did you text him?
I mean, I don't remember. I mean, there were texts. I mean, we had so many texts back and forth that night on me worried about him calling me. Phone service out there, and with this phone right now, we're having issues with our phones. And half the times I don't have service.
Do you remember if it was daytime or nighttime when this was going on?
This was at night. This is 3 a.m. Okay. I believe the last text, if my mind calls me correct, that I looked at it was 3:37 a.m.
Was he coming over here?
He was supposed to be. He was supposed to be on the way. But from what I'm learning, he was headed home. Okay. But, I don't know if...
Okay, so, but as far as you know, he was coming over here.
That was what we were talking about, and that's what the texts were saying.
Okay. Anything else on them texts about where he had been?
Earlier that day before we left to go to Walterboro because my friends had to go to GameStop to get a game. We went to Walmart. From Walmart, we went to Arby's. Then my friends went to his cousin's house. Then my sugar dropped again. We went through the exit right when you come from 57 to come here to Hampton. There's a foreign gas station, I believe it is. We went back there. I got $4 worth of gas. And my friend went in to get me a Hershey bar. And the girl, African-American girl, was pulling all the garbage and everything. Hang my days going work. Hold on. Hey. I'm in an interview. I can't talk. All right. You got to go to work? No, I already cut that off.
All right. So Stephen had been with you earlier in the day, right?
No, I was not seeing Stephen at all. So that day at all.
When's the last time you actually saw him?
Saturday.
Saturday?
But the family saying that Gray, his SUV was not around. That SUV that he came to my house, came to see me several times, and even times before that I didn't have a car, was been driving around this town.
What is this gray car out here? The one you drive?
That's the one I drive. That's my Lincoln.
And do you have any other cars? Is it in your name?
Yeah, that's in my name. That's registered and insured in my name.
Okay. Any other cars registered in your name?
Not registered.
But do you have any other car?
I had to rent a car when I first came here because the transmission was out in trouble.
What kind of rental car was it?
It was a Jeep.
How long did you have it?
Less than a week. About a week. I had it from Tuesday to Tuesday.
You talking about Tuesday of last week?
Yeah.
And you just turned it in?
Turned it in this Tuesday, so I had that.
You talking about today you turned it in?
No. The Tuesday I was trying to get to, if you could, the next day that he got killed, I had the car. I had the Lincoln Tuesday.
The day that he got...
The day before he got killed, the Lincoln, I had the Lincoln.
Okay. All right.
So I had the Jeep the week before that.
Okay. All right.
And that until that Tuesday.
So, throughout the day, had you been talking with him and all?
We were mainly texting up until later on. I think I did talk to him at some point. I don't remember when. I know we talked because he said he was... I know I called him a lot of times. His signals were not good. I don't remember when, a time frame, but I know we did talk, and he said he was either a text or something. He said it was about an hour and a half out.
Okay. So, our conversation that y'all were having, what was the conversation y'all were talking about?
Mainly, was he going to come, just normal boyfriend and boyfriend talk. I mean, we love each other, yada, yada, yada. I called him at one point. I know I left messages because I didn't get him that we were going to Walterboro. And if, I think I texted him the same thing because I didn't get him because I wasn't sure whether he was in school, whether he was at work. A lot of times I'd like to text him to make sure he wasn't in school because if he was, he could get in trouble if his phone was on. So I try and text him first. To be honest with you, the next day I was upset with him because later on that day, I had a deep gut feeling something happened. For the simple reason the phone wouldn't even would go right to voicemail.
Well, let me ask you this. Have y'all been arguing here lately?
We did have a little argument back because somebody's been messing around. He has it, and I just changed all my passwords because Craigslist things are coming in that I wasn't doing. And they're still coming in. And now, as of last night...
You say his things were coming in. What kind of things were coming in from Craigslist?
He had my pictures. I had his...
Yeah, whatever you need.
I'm looking for my tablet. If it's charged at me, I hope it's still I didn't call it. I faxed him the issues again. Everything's in a disarray.
Is that the tablet up underneath that folder?
Goes to tell you I'm all awake. He has a lot of pictures of me. I have a lot of pictures of him. I can't look at this picture sometimes. It's fine. I got people.
What was the argument about?
Mainly, I did go on and I was just talking to him because I was staying due to the fire. These are mainly on heaven. And that he sent me. These are mainly on heaven. These two are me. But he has a lot of pictures of me. And I have a lot of pictures and...
Who would say?
Yeah, star. The phone that he has is the phone of my service.
Well, let me ask you this. So, that is the phone in your name?
Yeah, it's the phone I got him.
You bought him the phone?
The phone originally that the car accident I was in, my phone was damaged. They took the phone and gave me a different phone, and because he was getting very bad service, and he's been harassed in this town. They've been messing with his lugs on the car. They've been screwing with his battery.
And when you say they, who are you talking about?
I don't know. The only one that he told me that he made it very clear to me, the guy with the tattoo. Darn it. And I was looking because I threw all my cases out. there's you know, a lot of you guys probably don't know some of these, but you know Guns N' Roses. You know Guns N' Roses got the skull tattoo, and then underneath they got the 2 cigarettes, and it says Guns N' Roses. Well, it doesn't say Guns N' Roses, but it's got the 2 cigarettes. I had to remember the tattoo, and that's basically the tattoo that this guy's got. But no, and it's big. It's bigger, but I can't remember where he said it was on the body. He told me that night that he hurt his ankle that we were on Hilton Head Beach. He told me what the tattoo was.
Got it. Let's get back to the argument. When's the last time you argued with it?
I know I was a little upset that he wasn't answering me, but I think it was mainly because
was that earlier in the night?
Oh no, that was Thursday. That was what I think, Wednesday or Thursday.
Were you arguing prior to that though? Have y'all been arguing prior to that?
I wouldn't say an argument. It was just I seen his Craigslist, and it was mainly what it was he put it up there to show me, you know, his pictures and stuff that I seen, and I told him I wasn't seeing anybody. I was just texting, going back and forth. Well, he says, there's a lot of Craigslist on there. I said, they're not mine. I said, the last Craigslist I posted was a while back. And I said, somebody's screwing around with my Craigslist. I said, because they should all be down. I said, I killed all my stuff once we got serious about it. We were about to get we were going to get married. I says, if it's still up there, I don't even have the passwords to get in to post anything.
Let me ask you this. Do you do drugs?
I used to. I'm a recovering addict.
What kind of drugs did you use to do?
LSD, acid. I popped a lot of pain pills.
What about Stephen? Did he do any type of drugs around you?
He never did it around me, but I know he smoked weed.
Okay.
I know he smoked it because of anxiety, and I smoke weed too, but I haven't smoked it in a while.
Okay.
I'm December 5th, January 5th, February 5th, January, February, March, April, June, July. I'm 7 months clean up recently.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, all these phone calls that you're saying that you're getting, what are they saying? Besides, and the same thing will happen to you. Is it a male's voice? White, black, Hispanic?
The girls are white. The males, I don't know.
Are they giving you with a groove? What are they saying?
There's the guys the one girl, you could hear kids in the background. You could hear there's stuff going on in the background, but the voice is muffled. But you could tell it's a woman.
You got any recorded?
I'm still trying to figure out how to record while you're on the phone. That's what I've been trying.
They left you any recorded messages on your voicemail?
No, but I could check that. That was something that I needed to check. Because any lollipop, don't start eating whatever on the road, please. I don't have any money to take you to the vet. Believe me. This is on here, because there should be messages. This is the last message, was 7/4/2015 from Steven. And I gave him some gas money on the 3rd.
Oh, what? The 4th?
This is the 4th. And he didn't leave anything.
Put off me.
It is, oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize it. Because I know, I'll play it back. I didn't know it.
I'm not worried about what the kind, I just want to...
I didn't even remember it was here. So this is something I know I played it. Let me try and do this. Now let's play it. Yeah. Follow service Huffy. You know how to get that to play back?
See, scrolling back over with your finger. You see that on there?
Huh?
Just press play.
Go ahead. I'm telling you, that's why I don't drive at this point.
Let's fall there, right? Right, paying Harrison to protect 30
You got the phone from Steven?
Yeah, that's the person that was calling me, and I don't know who's calling me from that number. That's the person that called that one time. That's just fine.
Good thing.
Player Todd, what's the man on return your call? I'm going to call him last night. Do we call that paying
This number has called you several times.
Yeah, they called, and that was that. Originally, it comes up. Is that where it says boyfriend?
No.
All right, no, you gotta hit boyfriend. That the boyfriend is the one,
Okay.
not that one.
All right.
Sorry.
So he doesn't say anything.
That's another night that I don't. What? Look at what the fourth was. Was the
Saturday.
That was the night that I got a call from him. He was out at the boat landing. That's why I went.
Off Kathleen in November.
That's why. If that's, can I see the phone?
Mm-hmm.
That's the night that I did get. Let me see something. Because if that's the night. That's the night I believe. Yep, it's a Saturday night. That's the night that he was at the boat landing that he came here. And
Let me
come here
Let me
to
ask you this question. Have you and Stephen ever been out together and been threatened by anybody?
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever threatened Stephen with any harm?
No.
Have y'all ever had any physical fight?
No.
Just a normal argument?
It was just over. Well, the thing that happened was I'm 47 years old. Stephen works a lot. Stephen works a lot and goes to school. And mainly why that was put up there, and he made it very clear to me, because he's working, going to school, and he's seen my pictures. I'm telling you, them pictures I did not put up. So I've seen his pictures up there. I was living after the fire with Larry, is where I went yesterday.
And in these pictures you're talking about was on Craigslist.
Yeah, I didn't put them up.
On Craigslist, how's it listed on Craigslist?
I don't have a Craigslist.
I mean, but how was it listed? You had to see them.
Gosh, I don't remember, because it's
Is he using an alias name or is
we using nothing. It was something I don't remember, because the phone and the tablet that he has, and I try, and I wonder if I tagged it. If I tagged it in my pictures, because I tagged it.
the sister still have the tablet?
The sister has the tablet, and that's what let me show you something. Can you come over here?
Yeah.
I said to everybody, the phones, why I'm getting calls from Stephen, let me show you something. And I'm gonna make a point to you, and one of the cops told me no. Bull donkey. I'm gonna prove. I don't know how you could do it, but how do I text myself? Because if somebody let me see something. I'm gonna make a call real quick. I know I don't go out driving at all. He just freaking called me now.
Well, let me ask you this quick.
I'm gonna just hold on a second, please.
His
Hey, Bubba, text me so I can show them something. Just say, hey, okay, because we got a lot going on with this. People texting me and calling me. Just text me and say, hey. I got to show them that the way this is set up on the tablets and phones, that they go into both systems.
Listen, I'm doing some of the phone line now, because I got to get back to the office with the full box and stuff. I'm doing some on the phone line now.
All right. Let me figure out how to get this done.
Well, that's fine. Because I'm imagine we'll be talking with you again. Let me ask you this question. You willing to take a lie detector test saying you don't know anything about his death or had anything to do with that death?
I know a lot about
Why didn't I ask you that? Are you willing to?
I'm willing to take a lie detector test. This is what I'm trying to show you. The texts that go to my phone go to that. That's why that tablet is proven to everything. Now, what I know is I feel that the escort agency has something to do with this.
Who is the escort agent?
That's why we need the phone and the tablet. Because he told me when he came Saturday, end quote, that when he came, that I was going to have to get waxed down, everything, and look like a boy. And it was going to be, and I said, I'm not comfortable with father-son deal when we're boyfriend and boyfriend. But there is something going on this Saturday.
Okay. Where is the escort agency?
That I don't know, because I only learned about this a couple weeks ago. I don't have information on what escort agency, where it is. I know I worked for one way back when, and he said it ain't that one.
Well, let me ask you this. You say you work for an escort agency. What else? And I'm not, no, try to read in the question. Did you ever give him any idea of about trying to work into an escort agency?
No.
Did you give him, did you talk to him about how an escort agency worked?
No, because he already knew.
Okay. Who, other than you, who else would he may have been seeing?
That's a good question, because according to the sister, he's been seeing other guys, and the father passed the comment when he was walking out, I may be using him for money, and I didn't have the money for him to be using me.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen him with anybody else?
No, I haven't.
How long have y'all been together?
His birthday is the 29th of January. He was shaking his booty at the club, and he wasn't even 18. So that's probably when that club was closed. Because his birthday is the 29th, and
When I'm saying how long have y'all been together?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was shaking his butt at the club, dancing at the club. I want to say the 26th to 27th.
What club is this?
It's been closed up. It was in Charleston.
You know the name of it?
I don't remember the name of it. I went there with a friend, and that's where we first met.
So you met him back in January, basically.
When he supposedly was 18, but his birthday is not until the 19th.
Right.
29th, I mean.
So you met him.
Hey, he wasn't even 18, but we didn't do anything because he had to leave.
Okay. When did you officially start really going or hanging out with him, going out with him, whatever we'll call it?
Like around my birthday of that year.
When your birthday?
April 18th, 1968.
So y'all been seeing each other on a regular basis since April?
Well, it's been regular, but I didn't get the car. When he could come to me, or I can get anywhere down here. I could get a friend to bring me down towards this area.
How many arguments had y'all ever had?
I say just the one.
And that just prior to his death, right? That was over the crazy.
It wasn't really an argument.
It was a disagreement.
It was a disagreement. I wouldn't say we fought. I was mainly upset because of the thing, but we weren't like threatening each other. I mean, it wasn't a threat. It wasn't a threat.
That's not the question I'm asking you. I said the argument, a disagreement.
But I'm making it clear it wasn't there weren't threats. We were both upset to why the pictures are getting put up, why, and me seeing it. I mean, to be honest with you, when I seen pictures that I've never seen, I was down on my hands and knees crying.
Let me ask you this next question. When the phone call dropped and he was walking, did you ever make a comment or ask him, do you want me to come get you?
I couldn't come get him, and that was what I was saying.
Couldn't you come get him?
I didn't have enough gas, and he didn't want me to come with the gas that was in the car. I didn't have gas.
Okay. After you dropped the phone, the last text or the last phone call, what was the last thing y'all said to one another?
The last thing he said is, I'm on my way. The text, I'm not sure which one came. I believe it said I'm 30, 40 minutes away.
Did you chase him back and say anything?
I believe I did, but I don't.
Okay, and what did you say to him?
I don't remember. That's what I'm telling you. Steroid was already in my body at that point. It was impossible for me to go anywhere, and he knew that. But I'm saying to you, it was the fact that no gas, the fact that Seroquel was kicking, he knew that.
So if I
you wait a minute, I want to get. He was not normal.
And when you say not normal, what do you mean by that, Bola?
He sounded like he was drunk. He doesn't take drugs. He doesn't drink other than smoke weed. He sounded like he was on something. He played it off to me on the call that I was talking to him a little bit earlier before, all this, that he said to me, and quote, I'm tired. I've been at school and work, and I'm tired. And I said, I believe I said to him, it doesn't sound like tired. And he says, Mark, I'm just tired. Okay. I believe if he was drugged and he came here, the house in the back, I don't know if this yellow car, the windows, it's into dark, but there's a yellow car that comes in that goes to the back, people in the back.
And what's that got to do with this?
I don't know. If the yellow car that supposedly the sister says he was driving, windows are tinted, then he has been in here to the back.
But as if he's never been here, though.
He's been here, yes, he's been here.
But what's the reason for the yellow car?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If that's the car that I'm thinking, because I've only seen that car once that I've seen it. When he came here, I didn't see the car. Okay. I mean, I don't know what car he came in. I assumed even on that date that I went to the house, he was still, because one of the texts and one of the calls that we talked, I asked him, did you get, because he came out to, when I was staying at Red Roof Inn, he came out in the Ford. That was one of the last times I seen him before I went to Larry. And all that stuff coming down with that little disagreement was when I was at Larry's. That tablet is his, and I'm telling you, the shit that's going on is off that tablet. That's why I wanted to show you that, because you can route the phone calls through the tablet and it could still come up as number.
Well, Martin, let me ask you this. If I got some other questions later on, you willing to come in?
I'm willing to do whatever you want. I just can't drive right now.
I'm not asking that right now.
Whatever. You want me to bend over backwards? You want me to do whatever you need me to do? I'm telling you, I'm not the one.
Okay.
I don't care what you want me to do.
Okay.
I will do anything you need.
Let me ask you this. Do y'all have any mutual friends that y'all were around?
Yes, there's a couple guys in there.
What are their age?
One of them, I believe, is 18. A couple of them, one of them lives in Walterball.
Did he ever say he was with any of those that night?
He didn't say anything, but the kid that he took to Swishesville, Swishes C.
So,
that's somebody he goes to school with.
Let me start a little timeline here. All right, he died in Wismore, is that correct? So Tuesday, let's say around 6 o'clock. Do you think you talked to him around 6 o'clock Tuesday? Whether by text or phone?
We talked all the time. I mean, you're asking questions. You got to remember, I did heavy drugs. I'm lucky I can remember some things. It's taking me time just to put a timeline together now. I mean, the drugs I've been, I'm lucky actually. I can't even, if I don't put something by the door to go out the door, to go do something, I have to come back 20 times to get it. I mean, I'm putting it straight out to you, straightforward. So you're asking me questions. The phone is going to be more answers that can give you than I can give you on when we text. We text. I mean, I'm being straightforward with you. I'm not gonna tell you something and be caught in a lie, because I don't remember when we talked, when we didn't. We were talking and texting all the time, sir. So I don't remember time of that.
I mean, there's the problem I have with it. And I'll go ahead and tell you the problem I have with it is you're able to tell me about all this other stuff that went.
Let me finish.
I'm not asking specific questions. I'm asking for a broad. I'm giving you a broad time. I said approximately. I'm not asking you to say 6:01 or 6:10, and I'm asking specific things that he may have said. But you can tell me what somebody said yesterday, calling you and harassing you, and
it's just certain things stick in my mind. Yeah, we probably did text. Yes. I mean, I could tell you we text all the time. If we text, yes, I know we were texting.
Let me go ahead and tell you this. If you know anything and you're trying to hide it from me, whether you had anything to do with it or not, understand you can be held just as accountable for it. I mean, if it's somebody you know, some information.
The only thing that I know is when the time that before the fire, and I said this to the sister, the one thing that was said that when I picked up the check for my deposits to the landlord, he, outside his church, he says, you and Steven are going to burn in hell for being in a gay relationship, and it's sex. Either one of you or both of you. That's the only thing. And that night that we were either going to the beach or coming, that we stopped at a gas station, and he was the one just get in the car, Mark, don't engage with him. It's not fucking worth it. We were at, I think it was the Shell going towards,
what night was this?
It was a Friday night, but I don't remember the date.
Friday night before 4th of July?
Yeah, it was way before the 4th of July. It was the weekend of the fire, and I don't remember what weekend with everything going on.
You keep talking about this fire. What kind of fire?
It was electrical fire, because me and Steven went over to the guy to talk about him working on the house.
I'll probably where? What line is your previous restaurant?
Yes, there was the guy was a Mexican. He didn't know what he was doing with construction. There was problems with the other guy putting GFIs in. It rained Sunday morning into Monday morning. I got woken up by my son and the other two kids, and they're saying smoke. The smoke detectors didn't even go off. I guess because of the rain and whatever they were doing. The guy was putting these long nails through the walls. Okay, actually, I have it better because I printed.
You don't know, sir.
Yeah, fine. The fact is, one of the wires, because I had to get my old washer back from a friend and dryer, one of the wires went right through where the wire for the dryer is. And that must have set a lot of issues off. And it started a fire in the house. That was 94.
Come back to you one thing.
What?
You can remember everything but everything else.
Because you're asking specific things that I can't give you.
But you can be in detail about where this nail went, what wire struck, but you can't remember, and this happened less than a week ago, and you can't remember that thing.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Some of these things, I wasn't on my Seroquel. I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That's the difference that you're asking. When some of these things happen, I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That is the difference that you're asking. The calls and some of the things that he's asking me that night, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't go. You see when you came in today, up until now, I'm still coming off of it. You could see me when I'm on first thing in the morning. You look at my eyes, they're not bloodshot. They're red for the Seroquel.
So when did you take it? Tuesday? When you take that Tuesday? You took that Tuesday night?
Tuesday.
When Stephen called you?
I took it way before that. Because he has the habit of calling and saying he's going to come, and he can't come because then he's got to go to do something else.
So, basically what you're saying is you know, so what you're going to be telling us now could not be true then, right?
It is true, because the texts are going to tell you what it is.
But you say that you can't remember.
I took it about 1 o'clock. It takes an hour or so before it really, or 2 hours or 3 hours before it starts working. Before I totally go out, you're looking at about 4 hours. And then at that point, I'm out for a while. If there's a fire in here, if that fire would have happened when I took my medicine when the kids started going to sleep at 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock, if that fire would have happened between 1 and, say, 4 in the morning, we would all burn in hell. Because I cannot physically, I can hear what goes on, whether or not I can't physically get up. The body is like... Oh, you're making a face.
Yeah, I am. Because all this stuff that you're telling me is...
Talk to my doctor, and you talk.
Well, I don't need to talk to you, doctor. I'm talking to you. You can recall so much from everything else, even when you take your medicine. And then you're telling me, now because we give you like a little bit of timeline, you say you take it at 1 o'clock, and it takes 1 hour, maybe 2 or maybe 3.
It depends on what medicine I'm taking. I take multiple... All right, listen, if you're trying to run the phone records and going to tell it, take the phone... I'm not going to be ridiculed I'm not going to be ridiculed. I already got the mother telling me and making accusation.
And nobody here has made no accusation. The problem I have with is you're not able to recall things that you say, and that in itself, to me, is a problem, okay?
All right, fine. I understand that.
But you're saying you're receiving these phone calls from people who are threatening you from the Cayman Islands. You're saying that you're receiving them from people around here.
I don't know. Did I say around here? I said that they're saying I'm going to die. They're unavailable numbers. How do I know? You see that the phone says the Cayman Islands. All right, but the ones that are unavailable until phone records are pulled, I don't know where they're coming from.
I will say this. I don't have anything else for you. All right? But I will say, if you want to cooperate, continue to cooperate.
I'm cooperating.
I'm not saying you're not cooperating. See, you're jumping to accusations just because we're asking you questions.
I don't have it's not that I don't have answers.
You do have answers.
But I don't know answers.
Wait a second. You say the phone's going to answer, and I'm good with that. All right? But the problem is some of
you understand how many times we text?
Doesn't matter. Okay, let me ask you. I can tell you right now. I can tell you what my wife or anybody else. I text a lot with my wife and my daughter, and I can pretty much tell you. I can't tell you every word that they say, but I can give you the gist of the conversation.
And I can give you that, but
That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking, and I've told you this from the beginning. I'm not asking for specifics. I'm just asking to be general. I come in here and tell you timeline, same thing. I'm not asking you.
a lot of the texts are what we're going to do, or can he come by, or do you want me to meet you? One of the texts, and I don't remember exactly whether it was Wednesday night, but I know Tuesday or Monday night, I did text him, and he was coming from school, or was supposed to be, do you want me to cook you something?
That's all I'm asking for. One thing I'm asking for on some of these texts, did he say anything while he was walking? Like, there's some suspicion.
He never said he was walking. That I said to you, I asked because I heard the tires. Are you walking? His answer to me was no.
Okay. Did he ever say anything suspicious was happening to him? Or
That night,
yes.
he did say that he felt he was being followed.
Okay. And did he give you any indication? I'm not, like I said, this is generic. I don't.
Well, if you ask specific questions, I'm going to give you what I know.
I have been asking you the same questions I'm asking you now. But
Can I do something? All right, go ahead.
all right, the thing I'm asking is, when he said that he felt like he was being followed, did he say, there's a car following me, or I was at a restaurant, or I was at the gas thing?
They said he was up there, but he was up at that blinking light up there. He said to me. His family said he was up at the Exxon. He said he was up at, and I can't remember, if you go out, like you're going out to Walterboro, sir, there's a four-way blinking light, and there's a store right to the right.
I'll just scroll through.
Oh, see, I don't know where it is. He said he was out there. They said he got cigarettes at Exxon.
Now, let me ask you this. Is that where he said he felt like he was being followed?
Yes, he said that he was being harassed at that store.
Babu.
He didn't say, he said it was a couple of guys in a pickup truck. If I recall correctly, he said they were rednecks. But I know.
Did he ever give you a description of the pickup truck? He may or may not.
He said it was big and it was tall. He didn't give me a description with the mud tires. But the last time we talked, that night, before the phone went down, and I said to him, are you walking or not? I called him back.
Or was that before?
I know at one point I heard mud tires. I heard big mud tires. Big mud tires. And
in other words, when you say you hear
in the back part of the,
hear whining, is it what you're trying to say? Like,
yeah, I hear the mud tires like they're coming towards him or going past him, because they sounded loud, that they were getting louder. And that, I believe, was the last time I talked to him.
so you asked him what was going on. What did you do? You asked him what he was doing?
At one point, yes, I did. He said he was coming to me.
No, when you heard those mud tires, you didn't ask him
That was
what's going on with you.
First, I heard a semi, then I heard the mud tires. Right after all that, it went down. The phone went on me.
So he had on speakerphone.
I don't think so.
So you can hear mud tires.
I don't know what he did.
I'm asking you, can you hear mud tires waiting on the phone while you're walking down the highway?
Yes, I mean, if I don't know, because I know if I'm walking, you could hear a lot on the phone. It depends on how we have the phone started.
I have a speakerphone, yeah, but he ain't on speakerphone. I can hear.
I don't know, but I guess it's on speakerphone, but I know I can't. You could hear certain things when I'm walking
Like, how you know there was mud tires?
by the sound of them. Basically, you know, like a big truck with big tires, you could hear your.
And how about the semi?
The semi, you could hear it was a semi. My uncle drove semis.
So you can hear with the semi, then the
I could identify the two different vehicles, yes.
You don't remember about what time that was? I'm not asking you to do that.
If you give me a minute, I'm trying to put. That was a little bit before. And the call before that, I heard a lot of dogs in the background, like barking. And I don't know where he was at that point. But them tires, and that's why I went out to the scene. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see, because the semi was the first one, and then
You went to the scene?
I went to the scene because I went out to the house, because he also told me
What time did you go to the scene?
the day after the wake.
Or the day after the wake?
Because I didn't even know I didn't know until my friends started telling me, you're talking about Stephen Smith. I didn't even know he had passed away, or he was hit. I didn't know nothing about this until I was going to go to an NA meeting. And my friend gave me gas to go, and I drove right by the wake. And that's when I drove by, and she asked me again, you're talking about Stephen Smith, 19 years old. That's when I learned this happening.
Okay. Stephen had an alias name.
Brian,
You ever know anybody using that?
yeah, that's a killer. I heard about that. That's something he uses. Brian, it ain't just Brian. He uses Brian. Is it Brian? Willard or Brian? Something was something he used. Now that you mention it, that jars a memory. Brian. It wasn't just Brian he used on
That is that the alias name you use for the sex chat rooms and
Craigslist. Not the Craigslist, but I don't know about sex chats, but I know about escort agent. But it wasn't just Brian. I gotta really think about that one. There was something else, Brian. I want to say Brian something, but it wasn't just Brian. Brian wasn't Brian Brown, but it was. There was something else added to that to use for the escort agency.
Wait, what's the escort agency you ever for?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna get that. It's Ashley's escort agency.
Ashley at?
She's at Hilton, man.
And here and there?
Yeah. My call will take a minute. I don't know which one he was using, but I know we were supposed to go do something this Saturday, and it was supposed to be the whole weekend. He was going to take off school and everything.
I would probably say,
If it has to do with anything, but what I'm going to tell you is what I know. And I know enough of enough. His sister, when it was like he was going to do anything, like I showed one of the officers, like if you go on Craigslist and you just go out, clear out, like if you're an officer and you're talking to me and I say I need money to perform a service, that's an automatic go to jail card. An automatic, there's a lot of noises that drive me nuts around here right now. A go to jail card. I know that he told me the sister will do the calls and work a lot of it.
this is his twin sister.
Yeah, the little one. And I know very well there's a lot of things that bother me that I back myself out of the house. Let me get what I got for you. Because I haven't worked for her in a while. Ashling. Air Shrink. It should be under something else. Oh. Over here. Ashley. I know her. This is it here. She gives me. Here. This is it here. This is the escort. It's over how the escort thing. But this is her number. But a lot of the numbers.
Hi, right. My name is Wes Damfield. I'm a smart Bridget into the client about it. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Greg. Yeah. That's that number.
Hey, I'm here to Hey.
So as far as the last time you was working the escort service, how long ago was that? 5?
Okay. I'm gonna work here about the he called it to be.
But we're not accusing him, and he hadn't been read for rights. No, this is just an interview with him.
Okay, so I can.
Yes, ma'am. But hasn't got any accusations.
He called and said that him was experiencing some kind of meltdown in the office a few minutes ago, and got the case manager kind of alerted. So,
man, because I'm trying to get into those service because I got a lot of shit going on, and they want the Ashley's not around.
Okay, well, I'll try to see if I can get you an appointment. Okay. I'm at my office.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
All right. Go ahead. What we got?
Oh, the last time you had any deals with Ashley's escort service?
I called there a couple times, but they weren't willing to use me anymore because they were using mails down that way.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Could have been of your age, possibly because of your
Probably because a lot of them is my age. And a lot of the guys, if it's me, want me totally shaved down. Any of the kids, the younger kids, I hate to say it, and it's sick as a fucking could be. If they're 19 or if they're 25 or 36, they want them looking like boys.
Let me ask you this.
And I'm giving you what I know. Okay, you want to know about them? 90% of it, and I'm not saying any of 90% of these guys that are using the escort agency are guys that have money, and they're usually older, and they're looking for guys that look like kids.
Now, you don't know if he was working with an escort agent.
I know he was because he told me, but it wasn't Ashley. No, I know it wasn't Ashley.
Sure.
Yes, well, he said no. I mean, when I asked him, was it, and I showed him the number, he told me no.
Okay. And
But Ashley does all over. So it's possible.
so it's possible that.
It's possible, but he looked right at me and said no.
Did he ever give you a name of the escort service he may have been working?
No, he never gave it to me. And I mean, he sometimes gave me names, but I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What are there any other escort agencies that he may be using?
I mean, they're all over the place. I mean,
What's your names up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm wanting to go on the thing right now, but the way I am, I don't know. What you have to Google is Google
That's all right. I mean, I'm like,
Google escort agency, Google male escorts, and they're going to pop a lot of things, and then a lot of them numbers are being held. A lot of them, because Ashley's number may not be actually active, because I know one of the reasons why she stopped using males, the reason why we use escort agencies, all right, Craigslist is entirely, I know a lot of times, people are getting killed, and escort agency, how it works, is if I go out on a job, all right, once I get to my destination, I call there. They know I'm there. Once I go in and meet with the customer, I get them, because they got to pay you up front. No matter what, at any point there's a problem, I back myself out. The customer already knows that. I got to go somewhere once I get my money, put it wherever I'm going to put it, tell her whether we're going to stay there, move to another location. If I move to another location or they want to move me, I got to call the escort agency. That's the difference about using an escort agency and doing a freelance. Freelance, you're going to wind up somewhere today. Okay. I'm telling you, if this has to do with freelance, that can be why. But I know whatever going on has to do with a club. We're going to go to a club, but I know the club he was dancing at closed. I thought he said,
has he been to any other clubs that you know of?
yes. Like I said, I don't remember the name. He said it's one that does, but from my worst memory, I thought he said that the one that he went through, and now I remember there is another one that will let him in. Because there's another one, that one closes by midnight. The other one that we were talking about going, he could only go in with me. And that closes at 1 a.m. And I'm trying to remember for the worst of me what night we were asking.
Well, let me ask you one other thing then, pretty much. As far as Steven goes, though, he never specifically told you he was doing any of that, as far as you know.
Go to the Pacific is what your escort agency?
Whether he's doing it freelance or through an escort,
He's been doing it both ways.
so you know that he's been doing it both ways.
Yes. And you want me to tell you why?
What I'm gonna do is basically, you got some pretty decent information.
But I'm going to tell you why. He said, and he did lie about this. He said he was living with mama. And he said the money that he's making off this is helping his mother. Now I come to find out he's over with dad. So there is a little bit of fibbing there. But I'm going to say one other thing before you go to what you're going to go. He did not want me in Hampton City. He did not want me in Hampton. He wanted me in Somerville or Baltimore. He didn't even want me in Baltimore. He wanted me in Somerville. And he said that things were going to come down if I was here. And we've been seen in town hugging each other. The night that I came out was a Sunday night. And I'm trying to remember when my little trust went in, because I don't think my checks went in because I pulled money out of Bank of America. Because I know that he needed money for his uniforms. His sister said, this is, I believe, where is this? No, this is the Cayman Islands. Something that he did. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, is work available?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Perfect. I was playing with Sandra and I'm calling with the law office in this elected law firm. How are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Have to go over.
I can't deal with that. Ma'am, I can't deal with that now.
Okay, or is there a time maybe a little bit later?
Tomorrow, ma'am. I told you I didn't have the money for it. Okay.
Okay, can you go over a telephone number to give us a call back at here, Mark?
Yes, I have your number.
All right, perfect. Give us a call when you can, okay?
All right. I'll miss you something. They're almost exactly the same numbers. I'll miss you something. I don't live because it comes up Cayman Islands. 3, 4.
Hoping you got anything else.
Yeah, I'll go it up. I'll be right outside. Card.
Laurie, is anything else that you think you can think of?
I have a big issue with this.
That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, we are dumping the phone. I mean,
I have no issue with that. You want this phone?
no, that's fine. If I need it, I'll get it from you.
I'm trying to see something because I'm trying to see the numbers of the Cayman Islands.
All right, basically what I'm going to do is just conclude the interview.
Well, I can tell you.
Uh-huh.
No, it is a different number.
Okay.
It is a different number. He was the one that told me the last thing, if you want to keep it recording,
I've got it.
he told me the first time that I did pick him up the first night, he said that I love you, I want to be with you, but when you need to get your stuff straightened out to a place of living, and I need to get a few things straightened out in Hampton.
Okay.
But he did say to me, and he said once I can graduate, he wanted to move back to Florida.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you,
That's fine.
I'm telling you, man to man, that if it has to do with me, I'm not knowing.
Okay.
But I'm telling you,
And I'm not trying to accuse you of that, but some of the things that I'm not, that's why the frustration sets in as far as you can remember this, but you can't remember that.
because you've got to understand, I got a lot of brain injury.
Okay.
And you're trying to hit me with things just to get a timeline. I mean, I didn't think, because I'm thinking in my head that these calls are coming in Thursday morning.
Okay.
And I really had to look and and ask my friend, because you're banging me on dates and times. I had to call my friend and ask him, was this Wednesday morning or was this Tuesday morning? So when we went to Waterboro, because in my own little head, I got a lot of brain injuries. And I'm telling you what I know. But when you start, to me, digging a lot of information, I go in the way they're going.
Let me explain that digging information that's all for your behalf and mine and
and I understand that. But you gotta understand, I get overwhelmed and hit real quick. If I come under the
let me go through this, and then I've got one other place to go to. If I have any more questions, may not.
whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
You want me to take a lie detector test? I'm telling you, I'll do it. Let's do it. Send it up.
Okay.
Let's do it, because I'm telling you, I didn't do this.
And that's what if it comes that, we'll get involved in it.
Listen, you want to do a cabinet search or whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
I will go to the end of the earth for him. But I'm telling you, man to man, I did not kill him.
Okay. All right. Mark.
But can I ask a question?
Yes.
Until this is proven, she's saying I'm stalking her. The problem I got with that is when I got a text and a call from one of the friends that we all know, said to me that she just called back after you left, and she left the clerk up there at the Shell and asked where you were going, what the guy told you that you know where you're going, and what do you do? I got an issue with that. I don't stalk the woman.
If you start running into a situation like that,
I asked the officer, I called dispatcher last night. I'm feeling that I backed off going out to that area because I was by the Figway River and I knew there was an officer not too far. Gotta remember, I'm the next gangbanger. And I get a sense feeling to what I'm feeling. The mother was staring at me at the
what if you start having issues with it, just go back up there, and they'll take out whatever they need to do. They'll write up the paperwork, and you can get this stopped. Okay.
I feel, and these little unavailable, you're gonna come in from the system.
Okay.
The system that I.
Well, what do you need from Verizon?
Oh, I don't need it. I've already got everything I need. I mean, we get a search warrant for it and all.
All right.
So you don't have.
So you know that's my phone. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. I have. You want to search? You want to search the house? Go ahead. Nope. I do. I'm telling you.
Like I said,
You want to search the car? Search the car.
Right now,
I have no issue with whatever you.
I know. And like I said,
I'm not the one you're looking for.
right now, you're the closest thing though that we can get information from.
Because I mean, whether he's close, but he told me to watch out for his sisters. But what I'm heard about mostly is I loved him. I was in love with him. And he said that the family would accept me no matter what. And I'm hurt by what the mother's doing.
Okay.
And that's mainly what's bothering me.
I understand.
And I am insecure being here because I got to, at some point, bring my son here. And I don't know that that's a good idea at this point.
I understand. All right. Well, I'll be getting back in touch with you. If you need anything,
Anything you need, I have. I mean, I moved here because of Steven. So we could be closer.
okay.
Why would the fuck I kill him?
I understand. Nobody's accusing you of that.
But the mother is going around town saying it.
People go around saying a lot of things a lot of times. So you have to.
But you understand she's grieving like I am.
I know. I understand. And
I understand she's a grieving mother. But I deal with
that's why I will tell you, just back away. Don't say anything. And
one thing I thought of, you might want to put that on. One thing I thought is that trailer that the first time when I got in my car and we make, and this is why it's even making calls. I could call somebody and talk to them for 20 an hour and stuff, hang up and remember something. That's why I stay brain injured. He told me the time that we had the altercation going to coming from the beach. It was coming from the beach because I had to get gas and only get
right.
He said about the trailer because that was the trailer that I went out to the house. I wanted to look at what he was telling me because when I went to that night. There's that trailer next to the property. There's a sign up and going in the window. And apparently when he was in high school, like not senior year, but one of the years before, he didn't give me a ton of
Sometime in high school.
Sometime in high school, thank you for that. That he went in that trailer with one of the guys and there was an altercation in there and the father quit him going in there. Apparently, there may still be stuff of his there.
Okay.
That was why I went out. But I just went out to see. I went to look at traction, and I'm assuming one of your officers went to bat. But that trailer, the one with the picture, I can't remember for the world of me what he said about that 60. Another thing, why I can think of it, there were people mocking him every time this Craigslist went up. There was something that he did put up that I did see, and I did call him and text. I think call him. I don't want to go into text.
Right, I understand.
I mean, because you
communicated with him.
We communicated. I don't know if it's crow or text because a lot of times I'm not a big texter.
Right.
I mean, so a lot of times I will try to text him. Not to get off track. He said to me, "Oh, darn it, I just lost it." He said to me about that they said that he raped the kid, but the kid was on top of him. Steven was mostly on bottom. And he said, when the first time that we were at my house at 94, he says, I never top. You're the second man that I have done this with. I'm usually always a bottom in the world. You're the second man, and the first man wound up beating this shit out of him.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I'll
the age difference, I know.
I'm not worried about that age difference. What I'm telling you, because I actually got to go do another one, I will contact you back and
I left the funeral home. I was being very involved from the mother's turn. They didn't tell me about the shoe bond girl. They always try to mess up his boyfriend and stuff. This, and I don't mean to play, but this is why he didn't want to be around the family for some reason.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there were texts that he was supposed to be coming here. He never showed up.
Okay.
And I was getting a little upset. Why didn't you show?
I mean,
There was never a physical, verbal. There may have been little things that we were having little disagreements, but we never argued as far as verbal, as far as physical. I never got physical with him.
Okay.
And honestly, I will put a woman down on the ground verbally. I will get physically verbal with a woman. I've been assaulted by a woman. My sister tried to cut my hair with shield. That's why I'm gay. What the fucking meat cleaver about? I don't deal with women at all.
I understand.
Okay, but we never got physical in anything. Okay, if it was physical, it was sexual.
Okay.
All right, that was about the only physical things we did together.
Okay, Mark.
I think it's all right.